Hi and welcome back to the All New Look Morning Bell. I'm Raj Arya together with my co-host, none other than Jolene Chin. Now with me, as you can see, two very hunky, gorgeous looking blokes. We have, yes, stick the chest out. Yes, sit up straight.
Me, I feel like the luckiest woman alive.
That's right, that's right. I have Carl Graham, student mentor and creative director of Rollmodels Academy. And I believe Craig Smith, one of your proteges, Rollmodels Academy student, and upcoming male supermodel.
Yes,
potentially.
completely.
Completely.
Look at him.
Yes. Yes, you see, even Jolene's speechless.
Look at you next to us here.
Even without the voice, I'm speaking already.
So, can you just tell us a bit about what Rollmodels Academy is all about? But before that, tell us a bit about yourself and how it all began.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, I started, I'm 31 now. I started modeling quite late, actually, within the modeling industry. So I was 22. Yeah, I was still here. It's a little bit late. I mean, you're going up against people who are 18 years old who have been in there for 4 years. So I was actually quite old getting into it. And I came from a business background. I had my own business even at 22. And then I just thought, you know what? Like, there's more to life than just sitting there. I mean, I was designing air conditioning. Yes, exactly.
Yes. An industry to swap to.
Yeah,
completely.
radical.
And I thought, well, instead of looking at men all day, why don't I become a model?
You're looking at men.
And then I start looking at women all day.
Okay, that sounds more right.
Exactly. So
Sounds like fun.
extremely. Yeah. So I started when I was 22. Started to get into the industry actually by chance. I went to a nightclub in my local town, and they were having a modeling competition. I've never even thought about it before, and I went there. Won the competition, which was absolutely insane, and I started from there. So I started at the very small end. You know, I wasn't just somebody who got plucked off the street in the middle of London. Discovered.
I'm sure you knew you would have won that.
Believe me, at that time I was sort of, you know, in the industry of the ventilation air conditioning. I was like up every day at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was back at 8 o'clock at night. I was tired. I was stressed. I certainly wasn't the way I am now.
Right.
So when I started getting into the modeling industry, I thought, well, wow, this is actually, you know, a really good industry to be in. It can really sort of enlighten you to do other things.
And so how you ended up in Malaysia then?
Okay, so about 4 years after that, I decided to go traveling with it. Big decision to leave the UK, leave my family, leave my friends, leave a girlfriend at the time as well.
Aww.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Well, lucky us.
And lucky me in the end. Yes.
Yourself.
I'm speaking for the women.
Oh, for the women.
Malaysia, yeah?
Oh, thank you. Thanks very much.
Well, here's some bad news for you later.
So I then ended up going to Asia after Cape Town and Athens, and I went to Germany, I went to Dubai, and then I ended up over in Asia, and I fell in love with Asia. And then I've been here now for 4 years.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, amazing.
Great.
Fantastic. So we can make a movie from there. Craig, what's your story? How did you end up in Malaysia?
It's not too dissimilar to that.
Aircon ventilation.
Not quite as big a change as that. I came into modelling even later than Carl, when I was maybe 27.
Wow, that's late. That's really late.
I was a scientist essentially in England. That was my degree, and then I went into financial trading when I graduated. And then the financial crisis hit England, and it wasn't a great place to be. So I made the choice to leave to Australia for 2 years, which is fantastic, and then just needed somewhere to go to avoid London last year. So I went to Singapore.
We all just went, okay, where can we go?
All right, Malaysia.
Anywhere but London,
and then I came to Asia, to Singapore and now Malaysia, and I found out that my profile was fairly well suited to this market.
Right.
So I started doing a number of modelling jobs. It kind of just snowballed from there.
Interesting.
So a year later, I'm on pretty much a full-time model.
Okay, excellent. So, coming to Rollmodels Academy. Rollmodels.
Yes.
Rolls, yeah, you're rolling.
The tongue is rolling around like this.
So Rollmodels Academy.
Rollmodels.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously I started with nothing in the industry, and I ended up having a great career and still enjoying a good career as well. And I wanted to take that experience that I'd had and give people the opportunity to learn from what I'd learned from. But it took me 8 years. I want to give it to them straight. You know, the industry at the moment it's so intense right now. I mean, there's a lot of people in the industry, a lot of models coming in, a lot of talent in there as well.
Competition.
And the competition is pretty fierce, not just here in Malaysia, but everywhere. So what I want to do is take people who've really got a passion for it, real big determination, and just give them the key tools that helped me along the way, and also the ingredients of how you need to be as a person, because now you're not just a model, you're becoming a brand. And you're a brand ambassador for whoever you're shooting for. So whether that's just a normal catalogue shoot or whether you're doing a TVC or anything, with social media, you become that brand ambassador, whether you're doing, because if I go on a shoot, I automatically Twitter. If I do it on, I put it on Facebook, so already they're getting extra advertising from that.
And we're sharing everything
So
right now.
yeah, exactly. So if you're a person who's so if you're a person who's coming into this industry as a model, then you need to be that brand ambassador.
Like for example, we can see on screen right now some of the shoots which there's a process to it, right?
Yes,
For
exactly.
example?
Yeah, I mean the key tools that I started with nothing and I ended up having to shoot with some photographers. I had to do my Polaroids, I had to do my video casting. They're all tools that you use to sell yourself to the client. So I find that nobody here really has that.
You need someone to guide you, like what we were talking about earlier in the show this morning about how fresh graduates need a pathway, a platform, someone to guide you, and you're doing exactly that.
And it's a big passion of mine because I'm literally, thankfully I'm changing lives, I'm giving them an opportunity. So we're doing it, really sort of making those people professional within the industry as
Make
well.
yourself feel a little bit more special.
Thank you. So yeah, you look at some of these shots on screen now, and we've been through the Polaroids, which are essential because that shows you very natural.
Natural
Oh,
shots.
look at that.
These ones are actually for the portfolio. They're for his latest portfolio that we've done. So try and show character. Try and show that movement, so it's not just so basic shots.
You can see Craig there in the shots.
GQ pose.
Yeah.
And that's it. When you're doing your shoots for your clients, you have to show them who you can be. Because they don't necessarily see it. If you're in a casting, they don't necessarily say, "Oh, I know what you can be." They don't actually know. That's what I've learned in my time of casting with like 100 different people in one casting for one job.
Yeah.
You have to be something for them. So you have to do a lot of preparation and understand that client.
So the key word here is versatility, right? You must be able to, have you might bring different things to different situations depending on what the client wants at the end of the day.
And also enjoy it. At
of
the end of
course.
the day, the client who's going to work with you for that whole day wants to enjoy you. It's like anybody, any business. You do business with people you enjoy doing business with. So the way that I'm looking at it is, you're not just a model, you're not just a talent, you're actually a business for yourself, which is all about branding.
You're a business unit on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody is individual, and that's what people are looking for in the industry right now.
So Craig, for example, how do you discover role models, or did role models discover you in that sense?
Well, I met Carl on the modelling circuit probably a little under a year ago, and we've been good friends ever since. So I've seen the development of role models since its inception, and it was something I needed for myself in terms of getting some fundamentals in place, the Polaroids.
Taking to the next level, obviously.
Yeah, the next level, that's exactly it. I do fairly well here anyway, and I have an alright portfolio, but Carl and I sat down 2 months ago and decided what we needed to get or improve on. So we kind of found each other really.
It's fated.
Yeah, so you look at the shot that's on screen at the moment, it's got that very sort of real feel to it. It's a real sort of man feel going through. So he's now able to pinpoint to his clients, people like Diesel and some other big brands like that. You have to pinpoint to the target audience that you are. Everybody's individual, and we're not all after just the next top model. We're after just talent. People are talented, and you don't necessarily have to be the best looking person to get a job.
The most buffed,
It doesn't have to be. You just have to be what that client
apply
wants.
to a daily scenario, and you could be that person, that model as
Exactly.
well.
So I think that the industry's open for that at the moment, and that's what I love about it, is that it's not just after the best looking person. It's after characters. It's after people who can help another client. Who can have individuality for it.
And I reckon everything in this world right now is about marketing and branding and packaging anyways. Like you said, everyone's individual, but then, anyone could do that role, but how you package it to the client is what sells best.
My thing is, you are your brand. You are your brand, and whether you're doing anything in an office, or whether you're managing director, or whether you are a host or an MC or anything, you're still your brand. So how do you put that across to your clients? Well, that's where tools and the key ingredients come into it, which is what we
And
focus on.
speaking of showing how it's done, what better way than to show what role models actually has done in terms of shooting Craig. So let's check out this video of the whole process, which Carl has just mentioned.
I haven't even seen this.
Yeah, he hasn't seen this yet. So
Oh, you haven't seen the video yet, have you?
Not yet.
surprise!
Your debut.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, the video will be coming up any moment right now, so...
So this is basically the portfolio shooting that we did. So we offer this to all of the students who come in. We give them advice on how they need to look for their clients, particularly for individuality. And we shoot maybe 4 to 5 different scenes, different looks, and then we package that all together so their portfolio becomes much more professional.
Okay, let's check out...
To today's pretty exciting stuff. We have Craig Smith. He's one of the models we've been working with at the Academy. And we've done his Polaroids before. He's really kicked off with his work, which is fantastic. But the problem is Craig wants to take himself internationally. And he's got the real potential to do so. But for that, he needs to have his portfolio built up a little bit more so he can show the clients what he can actually do. Create some cool photo shoots that look editorial, look edgy, look cool, but we're sort of, we're creating them for today. So we've got 4 or 5 looks, some really cool places that we can shoot. Some really old school stuff that really captures some colours and like the style of the local people. So really exciting stuff. This is what it's all about.
How do you like it, Craig?
Excellent. I've not seen that, as I said, but I'm really pleased.
Camera
Did you
behind
like
the
it?
scenes.
Yeah, it was good fun filming it. So yeah, hopefully that showed a little bit of the day. It was good fun.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, it's time for that break again, but when we come back right after this, we're going to talk more about role models and whether Jolene has potential to re-emerge as a new talent in Malaysia. So stay tuned right after this.